The issue we are addressing in our documentary is the availability of times students can use meal swipes, how frequently they can use them, and the lack of healthy food options the students at UK are given. At the University of Kentucky, students are required to buy a meal plan if they live in the residence halls. There are several meal plans students can choose from. There's the Basic 7, White 10, Flexible 100, Blue 14, and the All Access plan.
Each meal plan includes a certain amount of meal swipes each week, a certain amount of flex money, which is extra money a student can spend that is separate from their meal swipes, and a certain amount of guest swipes except the Basic 7, which doesn't include guest swipes.
The meal plans differ in price due to how many meal swipes and flex you prefer. The lowest plan is the Basic 7, costing $1,464, and the unlimited meal plan is $2,225. Students are sometimes forced to purchase things that are unsatisfying to them because nothing else is open or the wait is too long for a restaurant they prefer. We interviewed students who shared with us their thoughts about the University of Kentucky's meal plans.
It's unfair that the University of Kentucky only allows students living in the dorms to use their meal swipes before 4 o'clock and sometimes even 3 o'clock, especially on the weekends. A lot of food places offering meal swipes aren't even open, so it's very hard for students to eat what they want to eat on the weekends because a lot of us, that is our only option and that's what our parents pay for. And if we don't use meal swipes or flex, we have to pay out of our own pockets, which is obviously difficult for a student on campus to be
Which that we are allowed to only use 2 meal swipes a day. Not only to mention that, they don't give us enough, flex dollars to last us throughout the semester. So it's kind of unfair that, we have to go hungry or, it's limited options, very limited.
Because you can only eat 2 times a day at certain times. You don't get to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You get to choose like lunch and dinner or breakfast, and you're not supposed to eat at night because it's like bad for the body. You should eat past 8. And the only time the meal swipe opens up again is at 10.
I wish we could use a meal swipe all day long because I feel that I would eat healthier because right now I just snack since I can't use a meal swipe, even though it's my money that I pay for.
When they told me I got unlimited meal swipes, it's only at the diners and not the fast food places. So I was pretty pissed about that.
So I think that my primary problem with the meal swipe system that we have right now is that it kind of forces you to eat in a way that doesn't necessarily seem natural all the time. Like I find myself budgeting my meal swipes in a way where I can only really eat like maybe 1 time a day and then maybe use my flex dollars like every 2 days or so.
I think most restaurants on campus have at least one healthy food option.
I think they do with like Greens to Go and Freshie, but I don't think we have enough, and they're definitely not as widely available as they should be.
Really, only I'd stick with Greens to Go and Freshie because the salad bars aren't going to be substantial. Just in general, the campus Blazer and the 90 aren't really substantial enough, I feel, as food options just because the food isn't up to par compared to the restaurants.
Yes and no. We do have Freshie and Subway and Greens to Go, which you can have really like green salads and wraps and stuff like that. The 90 tries to have like a salad bar and try to tell you how many calories are in the food, but other than that, we don't really have very many healthy options to choose from.
Because they have Freshie and Greens to Go, but it's like the only ones that's healthy. Other than everything else, they have Subway too, but that's about it. Nothing else.
So I think Freshie and Greens to Go and Bowman's Den are healthy food options here on campus, but the problem with that, me personally, a lot of their items involve salads, and that's obviously healthy, but for me that wouldn't fill me up, so it's easier to go places like Subway and Panda Express. I think we have a lot of healthy options on campus, but it's pretty difficult for students that receive those options because we have busy schedules, and going somewhere such as Freshie with long lines takes a lot of time. You have to sit down at, say, the 90, which is difficult because no students really have the capability to sit down and have time for that.
Mostly Bowman's Den because they have the most variety, and then they take meal swipes for all of their locations except Starbucks, which is lame. Common Grounds takes meal swipes, and Starbucks should too. But then I also eat a lot of Blazer because it's right across the street.
Okay, I eat at the 90 on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for breakfast, and I mostly go to King's Library for Subway, and I go to Bowman's.
The place that I eat at is K-Lair, and it's because it's right beside my dorm and it's convenient. And I work, so I eat there after I get off work because it takes meal swipes after 10.
Why? I eat at the 90 the most because they're the only place that takes meal swipes all day, and I'd love to eat at other places, but unfortunately they don't take meal swipes all day long.
The hours of operation for the 90 and Blazer, the two main dining halls on campus, are Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Students are able to use a meal swipe or flex for a guest if their meal plan does not include guest swipes. The other dining options close around 3 p.m. every day. For the unlimited meal plan, your unlimited meal swipes are only available at the 90 and Blazer Dining Hall. The price of one meal swipe is $7, but if a student only wants, for example, chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A, which are only around $3, it is a waste of a meal swipe.
Yeah, I definitely have healthy food, but I also have some junk foods. Like I have peanut butter, which is probably like medium healthy, but I also have apples and bananas, and I have eggs, and I have some candy and a few bags of chips.
For the most part, I have like fruits in my dorm, but I have an occasional snack too.
I have the Blue 14 meal plan. It gives you 14 meal swipes per week, and I chose that one because I really like to eat, and I don't want to have like the 10 meal swipes and overeat and not have enough to eat over the weekend.
I think that the options on North Campus need work, just in general. Like, you have Bowman and everything, but I don't have like an option for when I want. I don't know. Like the diversity could use work because like you have Taco Bell and you have Steak and Shake for late night options, but what if I wanted something different than those two, you know? Yeah. Like, what if I wanted fried chicken? I don't want to have to deal with just, food shouldn't have to be a banking game. You should just be able to go to a restaurant and not have to worry about, oh, how many meal swipes do I have left? How much flex do I have?
Diet has a huge impact on how you perform as a student. According to Amber Kinsley, eating late at night can cause weight gain. UK is encouraging late night eating with meal swipe time stopping at 4 p.m. and opening back up at 10 p.m. for some convenient locations for students who live on campus. Most of UK's dining options forces students to eat all of their meals in the beginning of the day, leaving them without many options at dinner time. Overall, the University of Kentucky can improve their dining options by making these places more accessible, having healthier food options to choose from, and extending meal swipe times. UK dining services are willing to listen and can help improve these situations.